Welcome back to the Educator Sanctuary, where we have big conversations, mindset shift, personal growth, and all the things that help us live more intentionally. Whether you are a mom, a teacher, a community leader, or just a woman holding space for others, this show is for you. My name is Dr. Leah, and today I'm going to be talking about something that is probably going to step on a few toes, but don't mind me here. I really do mean the best for everybody. But if you're anything like me, you have probably prayed and planned and journaled and spoken your affirmations and done all of the manifesting things. And here is what I have learned: the waiting energy, the I'll believe it when I see it energy. It is the very thing that is keeping you stuck from receiving all that is waiting for you. We are literally walking around wanting a new life, but showing up as the same old version of ourselves. And then we get confused when nothing changes. And I'm always listening to things, okay? Anybody who knows me know I am a personal development girly. So I will listen to all things: how to grow, how to get from A to Z, how to make your life better. I'm on it, right? So I was listening to Instagram the other day. Now, I wasn't personally looking for this. This found me. And so I also felt like it was a word for me too, because I am the type of person that believes that nothing really is a mistake. The things that you are seeing are because these are the things that are drawn to you based on your energy and your subconscious mind. But I was putting my phone down. I was actually about to go get changed in my bedclothes, into my bedclothes. And I heard this guy on Instagram, and I wish I could remember his handle, but I will go back to look for it and make sure that I put it in the show notes. But I do want to shout him out because he said, rich people don't sit around manifesting money. Successful people aren't sitting around manifesting success. They're being it, they're living in it, and they're doing the things because they already have it. So when you are sitting there, you're sitting around and you're praying for a breakthrough, the energy that is within you and around you implies, I need it. And if you need it, it's obviously because you don't have it. And whether it's your prayers about money or a relationship or a car or a job, whatever it is, people want to be content creators nowadays, whatever it is that you're desiring, the real way to get what's actually yours is being that, or being in the energy of that now, not when you get it. So a lot of times people always say like, oh, if I get $1 million, I'll be so happy. If I get a new car, I'll be so happy. If I get a new house, I'll be so happy. And then you don't get the new car. You don't make $1 million. You don't get the new house. Why? Because you're not living in the now that embodies the person who you need to be now to receive it now. And so you're always going to be waiting. So even when there's nothing in your bank account, even when the relationship is far past over, but you're just trudging through it, or when your career is a wash, but you don't have anything better yet, you need to be in the energy of all those things that you are desiring right now. And I say this often, but I honestly do not say it enough. A lot of us are stuck in these cycles of praying for more money and more peace and more freedom, but we're praying from a place of lack. And because what we focus on grows, I mean, people who know me have heard me say this over and over again: what you focus on grows. If your focus is on not having, that's the energy that you match, and that's the result that you continually get. I was in a live of another young lady, and I will find her handle and I will also put it in the show notes. But she was basically saying the same thing that the guy was saying. In her podcast, or not podcast, but her live show is more of a Christian show. And so she was backing up all of this with the Bible, where you can biblically go and find this talk that I'm having right now. While she was talking, it was something specific that she said, and I typed in the chat that for most people, adopting a different mindset other than what they're actually experiencing in the now is easier said than done. And so in that same episode, while I had said that, someone else was typing in the chat how her and her son were needing prayers because they were on their way to be evicted from the house. And so the lady told her, she said, you know what? She said she had the same story years ago. However, she was on live from the same house that she was facing the eviction from. And that God saw her through that, and he has elevated her. He has given her a testimony. He's allowing her to be a living testimony amongst the people. And that even in her place of her wilderness, her place of lack, God came in and blessed her because she didn't focus on her lack. She knew that God was going to some way, somehow redeem her from that. I remember when I had a similar story. There was a time when I didn't have everything that I needed. And I also didn't know where everything was coming from. But I always had the faith, like, God, you didn't bring me this far to bring me this far. I know you didn't bring me this far to literally just leave me and be like, oh, you're on your own. I always know that God has a greater plan. I hold on to that wholeheartedly. So now I want to get back to the part where I said that it was easier said than done. So when I say easier said than done, meaning like maybe you're in a situation and you're not loving your job and you're feeling burned out, but instead of imagining yourself at a better place where you're making more money, where you're happy with your employer, or maybe you even just decide to open your own business, you're so focused on what's frustrating you at work. Maybe it's that you spend a lot of your time and a lot of your days feeling so sorry for yourself and your situation that you're not thinking yourself to a happier place. And so that's what I mean when I say easier said than done, because it's so much easier for people to grab onto whatever is happening, what you see, your reality, instead of saying, no, this is not my reality. And so she said, easier than done for who? She said, you just get in the flow and you don't get out of it, period. Thinking that it can be done any other way is how people get stuck. And it's the excuse that people need to keep playing it small. So this is her reply to me. Now, if anybody knows me, I am never in a place where I want to be able to enable anybody to keep it small. Hence this podcast. Hence the things that I post on social media. I was more or less speaking from the experience of talking kind of like to other people and how other people think, not how they should think. But she said that we cannot allow them to be in the place of reality because that's not what God called us to do. God calls us to speak things that are not as though they are. So if people want to get into their place of flow, if people want to get into their place of abundance, they have to be able to be in the reality, but they have to be able to see the outcome in a different realm. Basically, act as if what you want is yours. See yourself driving your car. See yourself living in that new house. See yourself furnishing your new place and seeing what all the rooms are going to look like. See yourself with so much money in the bank. See yourself with the dream relationship that you want. That is basically what we have to do. And I'm always transparent, but I'm walking through this at some level too. Maybe not at the same level that a lot of other people are experiencing it because we're all different places in our journey, but me too. At the end of the day, your attitude about your situation is your choice. And you do get to decide every single day whether you want to keep wishing and questioning why you don't have it right now, or if you want to show up like it's already yours. Not because you're faking it until you make it, but because you are choosing to be in alignment with it so that your reality has no choice but to start showing you what you actually see. I remember before I had my house built, I would drive through this particular neighborhood and I would look at all the houses and I would just envision literally me and my family going in and out of that house. I would envision my car sitting in the driveway of the house. And I did that for a couple of years. And the next thing you know, I was giving them cash to build my house. And I got to design every inch of it. And you know how I designed it? Exactly how I envisioned it. It was mine. I got to build the house of my dreams because I envisioned that I already had the house. So when I say align with it, what I mean is, if you already had money in your bank account, would you ever panic every time a bill came in? If you already knew that you was in the most loving relationship with the love of your life, would you keep chasing someone who can't give you what you need? If you trusted that your next level was inevitable, would you keep procrastinating on the small steps that your future self is literally begging you to take today? And so I'm saying all that to say is that I get stuck in these moments too, because I have to ask myself, if I say that I want to be this mega person, what would this mega person do if they were me? How would they act? How would they think? What would they be doing throughout their day? Would they be sitting on the couch playing a game on their phone? Would they be doom scrolling on TikTok? Would they be looking for another movie to watch on TV? Or would they be taking action towards their next step so that they can see their dream come into fruition? I do want you to realize that most of us are living two totally different realities, because part of us say, I want more, but your energy screams lack. You pray for overflow and for abundance and for God to come and give you all these things to take your problems away. But your actions say you're still in survival mode. And again, I'm not only talking to you, I'm always reminding myself too, because there have been many times that I also caught myself playing small when I was asking for something big. I'm still fighting my own trajectories, the ones that say, who am I to deserve this opportunity? But every day I remind myself, I am deserving. I am worthy. I am me, and I was born worthy. And that's what I want you to tell yourself too. I don't need permission to receive something from my Father that He already promised me. It's just like if you're a mom and you have kids, or if you're a teacher and you're over students, or wherever, if you are a woman and you have had any type of relationship with kids and you have told them, I'm going to get you a bike, or once we finish this lesson, I'm going to give you guys candy. In their mind, they're excited. They can taste the candy. They can smell the candy. They're excited for the candy. Or if you said it was a bike, they envision how they're going to ride the bike when they get in. They know how they want to decorate it, and they get all excited and they're happy. They don't need permission to receive it because you already promised it, so they're already expecting it. And they act from expectation about what they're going to do, how they're going to be, what they're going to wear, and all these amazing things, because they are living with the expectation of receiving something that is already promised to them. Now, if God has already said that you are supposed to live life and live it abundantly, then why are you coming from a place of begging instead of a place of expectation? He already promised. So instead of saying, I trust God, but then stressing about every single thing about how is it going to come? When is it going to come? How am I going to get it? Just thank Him for making a way to receive the promise. Now, do we get what we want overnight? Absolutely not. And sometimes it seems like we're never going to get it at all. But all the time, we do receive either what we ask for or better, even though we might not know it's better at the time. But as long as we're staying in alignment with what we have for us, that is the only way you're going to get it. So here's the truth. Whether you like it or not, you cannot fool the energy that you're living in. You can't say, I am wealthy, and then act like you're broke. You can't say, I am wealthy, and then wonder how you're going to pay a bill. I am wealthy, and then go shopping and looking at prices and like, oh, I can't buy this because it's not enough. Because if you already had the money, then you would buy whatever it was. You can't say I am loved and then keep showing up in spaces where your worth is questioned. This is why embodying the you that has this is so important, because when you act like it's yours, it's not just for aesthetic. It's not just a show for social media, but it's you shifting into the reality because you have no choice to be there until what you want catches up with you. I mentioned last week that I was reading this book called The Serendipity Mindset by Christian Bush. And it talks about these people that see opportunities everywhere, and they're not luckier than you. They're not getting anything more than you. These are just people that are primed to see what other people miss. They walk through life expecting the good things. They notice the tiny door cracks, and they're open to the divine detours. So the question becomes now, are you living with open eyes and open hands? Or are you so busy fixating on what's missing that you're missing that you already have everything within you to get everything you desire? So if you know anything about the Educator Sanctuary, you know that I give homework every week. And if you're new here, here's your homework. So this week, I want you to think about, what is the one thing that I've been praying for? Is it money? Is it a new job? Is it a new opportunity? Is it just a breakthrough in life because life is so heavy? And then ask yourself, if it was guaranteed to me, how would I move? If it was guaranteed to me, how would I move? Take the one step that matches that energy. Whether it's sending an email, having a small conversation with someone, shifting a routine, investing somewhere, saving some money, forgiving someone, whatever it is, take the small thing. Now, I always feel like these episodes are so good and I never want to stop, but I also don't ever want it to be so long that you're tired of listening. So this is where I would love to say we're going to pause and then come back. There's always more waiting in store for you. I love doing these chats every single week. It's literally one of the highlights of my life, and I look forward to being able to have these chats. If this episode has stirred something in you, I really don't want you to keep this to yourself. Please share this with at least 5 other women who need to hear this word today. Help get this message into more ears, because there is enough overflow for everybody. And if you have not yet, leave a review or a rating. I really appreciate you for doing that. It helps keep the Educator Sanctuary growing. And remember, you don't have to chase what's already yours. You just have to become the version of you who can see it, who can taste it, who can hold it, who can experience it. Stay in the flow, stay expectant, and guess what? I'm expecting to see you right back here next week on the next episode of the Educator Sanctuary. Bye for now. Thank you for joining me in the Educator Sanctuary, where we create a space for women educators to reclaim their power and prioritize themselves unapologetically. If you've loved what you've heard, please do not forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with other amazing women who need to hear this message. Until next time, remember, you are capable, you are powerful, and you are absolutely worthy. You've got this. Talk soon.